Okay. Hold on. Oh, they didn't, what the hell they did?
What's up, Chief?
No,
Rock,
they,
what's going on, man? I see you guys on there. My bad, man. Didn't mean to be rude.
oh, the guys in the building. You know the guys coming. The alumni gonna come check on y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But, man, I need to give you major shout out, loved one. I've been watching you for a long time, loved one. I love what you're doing. I try to tap in with you. If I'm not in Mexico out in the middle of the water, I'm out tapping in with you, good brother. Keep doing what you're doing, man. You're spreading out some positive messages. And a
I
lot of these things, listen to a lot of shit you saying.
I
So I salute,
appreciate you,
man.
champ. You know I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you, my brother. Um, like I said, man, y'all being in the community, y'all being my brothers. You know what I'm talking about. And these youngsters need to see us in different lights, in different positions that they're not used to seeing us in. They need to see us underwater in the ocean, experiencing stuff that we don't get to experience. They need to see us having businesses, clothing lines, printing places. You know what I mean? They need to see us like this. They need to see us fellowship, give each other our flowers, our roses, so they know that it's okay to salute your brother. You know what I mean? All these things are necessary, and it don't take much for me to do it. You know what I mean? An hour on my day to salute my brothers and let the community know that they could go right there and get printed up, that they ain't got to go downtown or LA or nowhere else. Anybody who call me about some clothes and they from the Bay Area, I don't even worry about my people who I deal with down here. I send them straight to y'all.
Much appreciated. Much appreciated.
I mean, and that's just like first nature. It ain't even no thought. You know what I'm saying? Because I know y'all do good business. I know y'all good brothers, and this thing that you guys have helped participate in creating, and being a part of the Black Wall Street. I love that idea. I love it so much, and I'm trying to do my part from way down where I'm at. I want y'all to talk about, or can you talk about the Black Wall Street and kind of how you guys got into it?
Crazy that because I was on. Whenever I'm doing something, they get spoken about because man, they played a big part in my survival here in this location. Because I almost gave this up because man, it just the lack of support. And I didn't know that they had resources that they opened up resources for me that I didn't know were around between SF Black Wall Street and EDOT and NCLF,
Hmm.
all three stations, the OEWD, they done really started pouring in, and opening resources, opening networks, and printing opportunities for people that I never thought I'd be printing for. I literally could say, man, I've been printing for everybody: the police department, the fire department, London Breed, every nonprofit organization you could think of, especially if it's Black ran. Like I know I print for at least 75% of the businesses here in the Bayview. So, and that happened because all those people, especially SF Black Wall Street, opened up a lot of doors. Either they referred or they promoted or they showcased some work that I've done for them. They opened up the doors. They just tapped me into the Black Millionaire Development Program that gave us a grant. That helped out here. It helped me buy a whole new camera system, a red camera system that we're going to break out right now with a campaign that we're doing for graduation year. Uh, and that's something, me personally, we weren't going to, that wasn't in budget to just hustle here and be able to go drop 10 racks on the camera. That wasn't in budget.
Right.
Door made that possible. They helped me put a new business plan together. So I love the sisters, man, to death. They just came to the grand opening, supported here. They just active. They on the floor. They stomping on the floor. They everywhere.
Now.
They truly can say we out here. We outside. They outside. They outside. Yeah. So I love them, all of them.
Shout out to Black Wall Street, man. Shout out to them sisters. Shout out to you guys for participating and fellowshipping, man. You got to fellowship. We got to do this shit together, or we'll never make it. Everybody want to shoot to the top by themselves, not knowing you ain't gonna stay up there for long if you go by yourself. But if we go together, we can hold each other and stay up there as long as possible. You know what I mean?
But man, too, I think you started off the interview with this, man. People gotta understand when you start in these new projects and these new businesses and new ideas, man, and these new ventures, you gotta understand that, man, it's not an overnight process, and you gotta be prepared to not make money for a good 3 to 5 years, man. You gotta really be prepared for that. That's been my story for sure. And I'm a very transparent person, and it always looks better online than it really is. I'm
Right.
still grinding. We hard trying to, as much as we're praying, we there still a lot of money goes out. We'll cats be like, oh, y'all making bread, this and that. It's a grind. We're still in the grind, and we're still in development and building stages.
I was gonna ask you because you know, like you said, it's a grind, and anybody who thinks that their business should take off in a year or 2 years or overnight, and they just quit and give up on it because it doesn't do that in that time, they don't know how business works.
Right, or it wasn't authentic. That's the next thing. If it ain't authentic, it ain't gonna work.
Right.
You're not really and you want to start an art business, it's gonna be harder for you. Right. You gotta start stuff that you're passionate about. That way, if you're passionate about it, you're not gonna be tripping if it don't make money starting off. You're gonna keep grinding at it because it's just your passion. And I think with me, that's what I got a passion for creativity, but I'm also not scared to be fucking broke. I'm
Right.
not scared to see my bank account. I'm not scared. I fucking embrace that shit and I go at it. I'm not scared. I've seen the negative on the account a lot of times. Uh, but because I embrace that and understand that, hey, at that point it could have been zero, but then the following day I get something that comes in for 5-7 racks.
Yeah.
Grinding at it because I'm not tripping because I'm passionate about it. So.
That's it. That's it. And that's how you get past. Because I always ask people, like, do you get discouraged? Some people say, yeah. A lot of people say, of course I do, but it don't stop me though. You know what I mean? Pushing past that discouragement or those hard times, those rough times is going to dictate who really wants it, who really want it bad enough. You know what I'm saying? Um, Even Jala said, he said for a minute he was like discouraged, kind of, but sometimes it's like I just don't be motivated. I just be lazy a little bit. You know what I mean? Lack of, just going at it. He need to clear his head, then he go back at it hard. You dig what I'm saying? And that's what this is about. Understanding that ain't no overnight success. Ain't nobody gonna support you. You got to make a good product. You got to keep that product available, and you got to stay down for the crown, big baby.
Right, but if I could give an advice, man, I know there's a little audio out there on Instagram that was floating around telling people to start without a business plan. I think that's a big ass no because that's how I started. I started just jump in the ground and go. But you lose a lot of money. You don't know. You lose a lot of money because you don't know how to spend it, where to spend it, when to spend it. And that business plan, what it does is just an agreement with you, and it's an agreement with you that you're going to keep track of what you set out to, these goals you set out to do.
Right.
And it just exactly just like it's an accountability contract you have with yourself. That's what that business plan is, and then it just really helps you. Like for me, we've narrowed it down to the point where I know how much money I'm spending worth of ink on a job.
Mm.
Depending on how many colors, but that took a very long time, and that even took the help of SF Black Wall Street with that whole business plan, and forgot to mention Mary Rivers and Jamil Peterson, from NCLF, they helped me structure that too, so that really helped a lot. But
That's
yeah, man,
that's a jewel right there because I think I always ask people too, like because even right now, I do a clothing line. I got books and, like you said, a business plan. Because bridging the gap between your creativity and your business is gonna be where you eat. You know what I'm saying? It's a big gap, and I think sometimes we worry about the creative part and producing it and all that stuff. And like you said, you gotta have a business plan, and that's something I'm trying to get to that point as well. And I'm glad you're saying that right now, bro. And that's what these conversations are about. You know what I mean?
Right. Hey, and if man, since you just brought that up,
sharpen each other's tools, man.
right, right.
Sharpen those knives, man. We're supposed to sharpen each other's knives. That's it.
Since you just brought that up in your trying, man, I really advise, and you know, because you got a bigger platform uh, to get your message across in the city than we do. Uh, I would get people to start reaching out to SF Black Wall Street if they want to start entrepreneurship, uh, and they could help them, guide them, see where they could get a business plan, or even if they could assist them in getting a business plan, because you just spinning wheels, man, without the business plan. And I've seen it because I've done it. Like, and he's seen it because he's done it. Like, it's been the same thing, you know.
Since 18, yeah, we've been at this for a minute.
I could dig it. I had Tiff on here. I want to follow up and have some of the other ladies on here, but for sure I gotta have them come talk because like you said, that's the key. We don't want to just have a business, we want to have successful businesses.
Right,
I heard
right.
a young lady saying the other day, we got
Get
this.
out, get out. You know, we had one of our folks today come in here. He like, damn, y'all niggas ain't even from Hunters Point. How y'all get a store in Hunters Point?
Yo, volume cut off. Yo, audio cut off, bro. Yep. Maybe your phone ringing or something.
It's good?
Now it is, yep.
Oh, okay.
Phone was probably ringing or something.
I was going, it's bad as well. So yeah, man, we just had somebody come in here and be like, man, my y'all niggas just scoring a point, y'all ain't for the point. And I'm like, man, we just moving, man, you know. We moving and we tapped into people that had resources here in the community. We knew where we wanted to put the home base at. So I said that to say this, man. Like, you got to get out too. You can't just say I want to start something. You got to get out and do the footwork, knock on doors. You know, you got to take the extra step.
Right. So talk about I know you just had the grand opening, re-grand opening. Talk about the clothing line. So you expanding your wings. Talk about the clothing line.
Also, the clothing line is the name of it is Hoodionaire, and we heard it's a spinoff of Billionaire, but it's really not. When I think of brands, I always think of being authentic. And I know a shitload of hoodionaires. I don't know no billionaires, so I can't relate to a billionaire brand. I can relate to a hoodionaire brand, and I can speak on it. When I think of hoodionaire, I think of somebody who started from a lemonade stand. You know, every true hustle started from a lemonade stand. Then you went to trees. Then you went to whatever you did. You cleaned the bread up, went into real estate, cleaned that up, and now you got Bitcoin money. You
Right.
know. Uh, so my designs are kind of speaking on that. You know, the design, we got a lemonade collection we're gonna drop in March, and that collection we designed it in a cartoon comic, and is the story is a brief story is a 4-shirt collection, and it's a brief story of starting off from the lemonade stand, then going out to get your trees, your pills, whatever you did, you know, then getting that bread and flipping it, getting into real estate, and then flipping that money, and then just counting money right now with Bitcoin and trade transactions. So pretty much the story of the hoodie there, and all the designs are lined up at that. Then we'll have like graphic tees with some inspirational quotes from people that hustle, artists out there. That's going to be the direction.
You know I got some quotes if you need them, big dog. You understand me? Go get that go get that Away with Words Volume 2. You know we got a plug on here, man. You understand me? Go check it out, Amazon, man. Away with Words Volume 1 and Volume 2, man. Go get you some of that game, man. And then go get your shirts printed up at Established by Creators, man. You know what I mean? We gonna really put this thing together, champion.
Sure,
So
sure.
so we got bro over there trying to be all quiet, man. You understand me? But he know I wasn't gonna let him just, you know what I mean, sit over there and not give me some motivation and inspiration. You know what I mean, from his direction. You dig?
Yeah, you know,
Tell me about this underwater journey, brother. Tell me how we even got there.
man, I've always felt peace around water. When I used to hang out with my dad, that's all I did with him was be around water. It's late. Okay. So yeah, man, I was saying that, man. Man, when I spent time with my dad, it was always around water, so that was always something that stayed around me. When we moved to California, we distanced ourselves from it because we couldn't be around no beach. Motherfucker ain't gonna go swimming in the bay. So we kind of away from the water for a while, but you know, man, life took me through some shit from fucking around, bullshit, addictions that I had to break, bad company, a lot of messages that you say. It's like when you send those messages out in the morning, I'd be like, damn, was that motherfucker just reading my mind or did he hear my life story? People we used to see and deal with. But man, a lot of shit that I put myself through, man, the water, like every time I'm around water, I find so much peace and happiness and tranquility. And when I started working at Kaiser about 7 years ago, I met some ladies in the labor delivery department where I was working at, and they were some scuba divers. And I said, man, you know, I always wanted to do that, but you know, I know it's expensive. She was like, well, you know, you got a good job now, you know, and don't have no excuses. The
Right.
following day, she brought me 4 milk crates full of magazines, scuba diving magazines. At the time, me and my partner I was in the cannabis industry heavy. We had from here to Modesto, from Concord to Modesto, and at the time I was sleeping out of my warehouse. I would go to work, and from work I'd go sleep at the warehouse to make sure they was sleeping well. And at that time, um, I had the crates there, so I started reading. You know, at night I'm there by myself, just me and the plants, and just reading all these scuba diving. By the time I got done with all the magazines, I was like, I'm ready to do this. But I was like, damn, I'm scared of sharks. So having to come back and live with my twin brother for a minute, and while I was living with him, I would go to the library here in the city, and I started learning about sharks and reading up about them and studying them. And man, over time, I was like, man, they just like, it seems like it's okay. I'm gonna give this shit a shot. Opportunity came in 2021 where I went to Mexico, and the first time I went underwater, man, not even 5 minutes into a dive, like a shark comes swimming right by me. It's not even 10 feet away from me. And I just stopped like,
Froze underwater.
put shit in the world. I'm talking to myself in the water. I'm like, man, I'm more scared of dealing with the shit that I see in the Bay Area, Frisco and Oakland than this shark. And at that moment, I was like, nah, I knew that I was going to spend the rest of my life like really like going underwater and trying to figure out how I could share it with other people. Because man, from stress, depression, anxiety, all that shit to just diving in the water one time, and it was like all that shit went out the window. And
at that moment, I was like, man, I know that if I could present this to my black folks, my black community, there's a lot of healing because we all dealing from a hang up, a hiccup, or a habit. So I know that this ocean and the water, like seeing my twin brother, I know that just the way we were raised, we deal with a lot of anxiety and we really snappy. And when I seen him underwater, I was like, damn, that's the most relaxed and peaceful I've ever seen my twin brother. I said, this is magic. I'm on to something.
I was gonna ask you, like, you know, you guys are twins, so of course you guys have a heightened experience. I would imagine, but I know that had to be a beautiful feeling to introduce your brother to that bliss, to that calmness. You know what I mean? And know that you were not responsible because he had to make the decision, but you helped introduce that to him.
Right. I was responsible. You said it right. I was responsible. Just the fact that I didn't introduce it to him. I know it's something that it's a fear that he's been wanting to break for a long time because I know he's addressed that to me when I brought it up to him years ago. I know it's something he's addressing. So I know it was his decision, but at the same time, psychologically, mentally, him being my twin brother, me knowing that I went into some deep waters, I know that's my responsibility. Something happened, I know my mom would have been like, nigga, you took him down there. What was you thinking? I got it. I got to step in. Bro, it was peaceful. When I first dove, man, I went into the water, my first open water. Man, I got scared as shit. My body went into shock. I'm on top of the water, bro. I'm like, oh shit. I'm looking around, nigga. It's like nothing in sight. I'm like, nigga, you outside. You you gotta go there. You gotta swim, nigga. It's miles. So yeah. The guy was like, hey, nah, you all right, man? You all right? I said, nah, man, I'm scared as shit. He's like, man, just put your head down in the water, you're gonna be fine. The other guy's like, don't put your head down. So I'm like, who the hell do I listen to? So I said, let me go with homeboy because he went down when it was a shallower dive with me early on in the week. So I put my head in the water. I looked down, man. It was so beautiful. I said, man, you know, we got a saying at the house with we 4th and 1. We got Pete Carroll, we 4th and 1. We can't blow this one.
We're at the 4th and 1.
We got to punch it in, yeah.
We're at the 4th and 1. We're going to run it in.
Yeah, we're going to run it in. So, I hit it, man. I went straight down. At all the times I ain't had a problem. This time I hit pulling, man, and I fly down like 50 feet. Fine. I'm like, oh shit. So I get down there and they're like, you all right? I'm like, man, I came here, I need to do one thing. I had to put my feet on the ground and say, man, I done touched the ground. They don't get lower than this, you know. That was a big thing for me. Touched it, boom, I get up. All right, I'm comfortable now. I got my breath, man, everything cool, bruh. Man, like 10 minutes later, when they see a shark, they start hitting a little metal bell on the tank. Nigga, I don't know what you got going on, but you better wake up. There's a shark inside. So my heart didn't want to pop out the damn suit, nigga, out the wetsuit. Nigga, I bitch up. I'm like, oh shit, we here. I'm panicking. I'm like, oh shit. What happens when I finally get myself calm? Because the shark got to be 2 times me this nigga size, bro. And this nigga grabs the camera and he's swimming after the shark. I'm cussing this nigga out and I can't talk because I got the regulator in my mouth and nobody can hear you. So I'm like,
Bro, you out there chasing jaws.
But But this shark want to make a U-turn, just a random U-turn, nigga, it's raps. It's raps. He's swimming right by the shark. The shark didn't do nothing to him. I was like, whoa. And he took off, man. Like a couple minutes later, I see a turtle, bro. The turtle, they end up telling us that the turtle is 250 years old. Bro, the turtle's like a quarter of the inside of this shop, like the beginning, like the retail space, bro. It made no sense. So I started all this stuff. I'm like, oh, damn, this is a whole nother world. So I got relaxed. And then the following 5-6 guys, man, everything was butter, man. It was like, it was beautiful. I was getting comfortable.
Should I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Now you want to go down there so much?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, no, it's beautiful down here, man. It's beautiful down there.
Right.
So that trip, man, I gained interest in the underwater. Now, I was blessed because I'm gonna tell you something, man. And, like I can't afford to dive. Really, like he blessed me a lot with a lot of the stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because man, anybody can dive. You can rent the shit, but you know he bought everything. Like
a big baby.
It's a rich nigga sport for real. Right?
And big baby, let me not.
I can't afford this. It's a trip, man. It's something else.
And man, you know, my sponsor, my partner, my queen, she been a big blessing in my life, man. She's been my backbone through this whole scuba diving process, man. So salute to her.
Straight up. That's beautiful, champ. That's beautiful.
Yeah, real talk.
So we diving. We got clothing lines. We got printing company. How do we make time for family?
Make me better. Shout out to my black queen. Real talk.
Y'all go check out her page. Check Your Privilege. And Maisha T. Hill.
Yes,
you want
sir.
to educate yourself on anti-racism and healing your way forward. Dealing with the trauma that we deal with and we dealt with. Check her out. Check Your Privilege.
Check Your Privilege.
Real talk.
Yeah. So give them the address to the location, champ, so they know where to come and spend some money.
Yeah, we in the heart of HP, man. We right on 3rd and Newcomb, man. Newcomb. We got Dean's old weight room. That's why we named it the weight room. We paid homage to him because man, nobody's done nothing. Nobody even spoke about Dean in this weight room. The weight room got a lot of history, so that's why we named it the weight room. I'm actually giving you a little tour of the place.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it got a real nostalgic look where, you know, it got the lockers. We made some shifts right here for this is punching bag. That's the original punching bag. That punching bag's been in this place for like more than 20 years, really. It's waist stand. And then we got all the folks from the city that did some work. Shout out Kareem and Raquel Miller, Chris and Ray. You know, we got Winter Patterson, Joe Flood, Don Strickland.
R.P. Win.
Harv, you know, Coach P's supposed to have some stuff here. Coach Twan, Caesar Smith, you know, I'm still waiting for some stuff from there. Ali, Lorraine, we got some stuff from them. So our stuff. So we got the retail stuff right here, the shoes.
Okay.
Yeah, we got the jerseys, like all type of jerseys. These from Resale Mania. If you want like old jerseys, go to Resale Mania. Then you know, and we got the press. We printing up these PE shirts again because they've been a hit. They on the press.
Okay.
So these will be ready. Then we got some stuff I can't show you y'all that because we getting that ready for the Sacred Heart Reardon game. Yep. So
okay,
yeah.
That's a great segue. So give me a quick breakdown of the different printing. Just a quick breakdown.
So,
printing for dummies.
Back we got. So we do multiple. We offer multiple forms of printing.
Okay.
We, of course, street print being our main one. We do direct to garment, direct to film. water-based plastisol. We do foil. Foiling has been like one of our biggest services that we provide. And we're tapping into embroidery, but right now we're sending our embroidery to Solomon Tapley, Javon from Solomon Tapley. So we're sending him our embroidery right now. Yeah, that's what we're doing right now. Yep.
That's him. That's him. So how important is it that the kids know about the business, so that we teach the kids the business?
Well, man, this right here, if you think about it, man, everything right now is this particular business. I'm gonna speak about this particular business because everything revolves around fashion, man. And fashion allows you to do multiple things: show your creativity or voice your message. So if you learn this trade, and this is also a trade, so if you learn this trade, it's something that you could go back to and depend on it if your other ideas ain't working. So I encourage people to learn the actual basics of the screen printing trade, and then if you get interested in it, learn the business, I would be more interested in people learning the actual trade first, getting hands-on, doing basic stuff, putting a message on a shirt, and then if you just got that hustle in you and got that drive to, take it to the next level, and you got that passion for it, then learn the business. But this is just like any other business. If you think about it, it's putting the business plan together, understanding who, why, and when they want to buy, where they want to buy, how they want to buy it, and how they want to pay for it. And who is it? Really. So if you can understand those things, then this is just like any business. You'll flourish in it.
Yeah, and passion equals passion. So you gotta understand that too.
Right.
There's gotta be passion to it. No passion, no cash.
Right.
Passionate about the cash.
Passion equals cash, man.
Man.
Or here, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
So man, you know what, man? I appreciate my brother so much, man. We're gonna double back and do these. Like I told all my other brothers, the hope is to create a network for us, you know what I mean? Of professional entrepreneurs, brothers sticking together that could not only use each other for resources, but also motivate each other and build something of substance, build something that we could, a model that we could give to the next generation. So we could do our part and whatever that means, you know what I mean, to give something back. Um, I appreciate y'all so much for taking the time out, bro, for giving the knowledge, you know what I mean, the information, because you don't have to share it. You dig what I'm saying? And I know some people don't, but I really appreciate y'all, man. And anything I
And
can
we
help
didn't
with.
even share our resources with folks that come in here to grab, pull, and then take it somewhere else. And we still share it.
And good brother, just on that note, man, I know that you got some books that you've written, and do you got anything else coming out? What's next for you? Yeah, there's a question. Let me reverse this a little bit on you right quick before I get you off, big baby.
My guy. Well, I
What you got with
I be trying to stay busy creatively, bro. And try to keep my mind going and try to keep my thoughts productive. So, I got more designs and more designs I want to get out for the clothing line this year. You know what I mean? Of course, I want to stock up and do a big run this year for the clothing line. Um, I probably want to start on my third book. You know what I'm saying? I want to keep writing. I've always had a bug for writing. I never had the confidence to do it, but I'm learning that I got a knack for it, and I always did. So I'm trying to grow that if I can. And also the next immediate project that I'm working on is a card game, like a trivia card game for our people, you know what I mean, to where we can interact and have fun, but also learn about public figures or people that some of our people or some of our kids might not know about that will get their minds turning and give them some more information. So that's the next thing that I'm working on right now, a trivia game, like a card game. So that's on the vision board for this year. So that should be coming soon.
Hey, big baby, I need you to make one of those card games with Frisco trivia in it.
I'm gonna have a whole section in the card game for strictly Frisco trivia, so we can really know who was there, big baby.
There, right? A lot of niggas saying they were there. We didn't see them.
Hey, look though, what they understand is right. I think some people they take it personal if they wasn't there, right? And it ain't that personal because it's a lot of times, a lot of places we wasn't there. You know what I'm saying, champions? So sometimes when they hear us spitting it and they see it's a fellowship and we come together and we get lit up like Christmas trees talking about how we was there, they get a little taken back. But all I tell them, man, it don't matter if you wasn't there, cause you're here now, champion. You're here now.
I want to send you off with this good laugh, man. Rest in peace, Kunut, man. The first time I met him, I was with Keon and I went over to Randolph. Man, the first time I'm in Lakeview, he hears me talking to my mom in Spanish. He's like, this black Mexican. Rest in peace, man.
On her Peter Nut, no filter. hey, hey, brother
Every
Parlay.
time he's a black Mexican.
Hey, man, tell them the address to the store. Tell them where they can find the scuba bear. Tell them where they can find established prints, established by creators. Tell them where they can find the clothing line. Tell them where they can find everything before I let y'all go.
All right, so our shop is located on Newcomb, 30 Newcomb. Right, we're right across the street from the Opera House. You can't miss us. 4706 3rd Street. Yep, and then the website is the acronym is established by creators is estbcprints.com, and all the information is there. If you want to tap in with Rio's with his scuba diving, he got 2 pages. I am Black Scuba Bear and Black Scuba Bear. And their website, his website's coming up soon. Yep.
That's
And
him,
he also
man.
has his photography, Black Scuba Bear Photography, with some of his underwater work down there. So check it out. He's going to actually be working on putting a gallery here in the Bayview here within the next 6 months, just working on location and kind of working out the logistics of that right now. But just stay tuned because we're going to need the whole city to come support that. We're going to need just come support it. You know, we didn't ask nobody to buy nothing, but come support it and show up.
Yes, we just need physical violence. We don't need no money.
Positive vibes and good energy. Hey, man, I thank y'all, brothers. I thank y'all so much, man. This ain't gonna be the last time. I appreciate y'all. You know what I mean? They try to put some monkey wrenches in the programs. They thought we wasn't gonna come together, but I tell them, man, you can't stop what's meant to be. You hear me, champions?
That's right, champ. That's right. Right on for having us, bro.
I appreciate y'all, bro. Stay down.
All right, you go, man.
KI.